Be while we're young. I think we should do something crazy. Like say fuck everyone.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of story time.
We're going to be talking about how we met, the beginning of our little love journey. Ew. What's next? Okay, so basically, I did know of Aro before we met.
Come on.
Okay, so one of my friends used to train myself and my other friends, and Aaron used to train her. So basically, we found a picture of him, and of course, every girl has a group message with their friends or whatever. We seen him, we was like, oh, such and such trainer, you know, he look good. So his picture was floating around in our group message, basically. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know him at all. Like,
I had him and a nigga. I'm playing.
We're going to tell the truth here. I would never slide in anybody's DMs. Let's get that straight.
Clear, right?
No, baby, come on. Anyways, so I never knew of him. I never seen him in person. I've never even seen his Instagram until we found out that was her trainer. And then, of course, being a woman, you do research and then you find their Instagram. But still, after that, it was just that. Like, oh, he's handsome, he looks good. Oh, look at his beard. You know, it was just that type of conversation. It was nothing serious at all. And I was still in the midst of dating. Like, I'm single, dating. I'm just admiring someone who looks good to me.
Are you out here in these streets?
When you're single and you're dating, you talk to whoever you want to talk to. Okay?
I feel you.
Okay. So, that was just how I first seen him on social media. But keep in mind, we did not talk or anything after that. We didn't slide in each other's deal. It was nothing like that. A few months went by, and my best friend and his friend, they actually...
John. Shout out John.
Oh my God. I can't.
I got shout out John.
But my best friend and his friend, they were dating at the time, and they were dating for maybe a few weeks. It wasn't that long. And his friend, since he said his name John, asked my best friend, hey, is your best friend, single? She looking to meet someone, because I have a friend that's newly single, and I feel like, they probably will like each other. Mind you, keep this in mind. Neither one of us knew this was happening, because I didn't know that they were trying to hook me up with him, and he didn't know that they were trying to hook him up with me.
John had mentioned it. He was like, I ain't gonna say her name. He was like, she has a friend, and so he sent me a picture, and when I seen the picture, the picture, it looked good. So he set it up. Like, he gave me her number, and then I text you. Did he give me your number, or you got my number first? I think you text me something like, damn, what's up, you looking good.
What?
You ain't text me that?
Aaron.
Who texts who first?
You text me first, and you said, hey, with a little eye, with a little grass.
Oh, I text her. Oh, yeah, I did.
But he did not text me right when he got his phone number. It was like a week after. It wasn't a week. It was a few days. I kind of forgot about it after that. Because you know how you get someone's number, you kind of expecting them to hit you up that day or the next day. It had to be like 3 or 4 days.
I went back to it. And then I texted, and that's when I texted her, like, hey. And then I sent, like, the emoji with, was it the eyes?
It was like a little little side grass emoji with the eye, with the grass.
Yeah, like I was hiding in the grass or something. So that's what, did you get that from that text message?
No, I was confused. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, lost joke. But I thought it was funny. I was like, let me just do like I'm hiding in the bushes. Cause,
I definitely did not get that.
Yeah, so I sent that. She texts back, though. And when she texts back, did I ask you for a picture? No, John had already showed me a picture.
He had already sent me a picture. Yeah, and then, no, listen. We skipped the part.
What?
After John sent you a picture of me, I called my best friend. I'm like, girl, don't be trying to, after she told me, like, hey, you know, you're going to like this person. Trust me. I seen them. Trust me. And when I show you a picture of him, you're going to know who I'm talking about. And I'm like, man, look, because my friends know. I don't do that. I need to see who I'm finna talk to. No.
Don't do the blind date.
Because they know I can get a little rude and I've been walked away from the date.
I'm going to disconnect on the date.
So she was like, no. She was like, best friend, I'm telling you. I already know how you are. You know, you really gonna like him. I'm like, okay. Because she stressed the fact, like, I'm gonna like you. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, we'll see. So when she sent the picture, I said, this is what I said, you guys. Job well done, girl. But you know, I was like, okay, cool. So that's after all of that, that's when he sent the message a few days later, and then I did, you know, respond. So we went from there.
John and the chick that her homegirl, John,
my best friend.
Yeah, her best friend. They were talking and they were planning on doing something that Friday. So he was like, hey, let's go somewhere with them. You know, let's go somewhere with them. And they wanted to go to a popular spot, and I was newly single, so I was in that weird spot where
he didn't want to go because he didn't want to run into any of his little, you know what.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of like that because I was just like, well, I don't know her. It's kind of like, it's not a blind date. I seen a picture, but I don't necessarily want to go to just a crazy, like, packed place where I'm always going with somebody new, like in a date type situation. So we get there, and when we get there, the first person I saw was
my best
John's friend.
Yeah, my
but
best
I already
friend.
knew like who she was.
Oh, you
know,
did?
through John. Yeah, because
you knew how she looked already?
Yeah, he showed me a picture of her too.
Oh, okay.
He showed me a picture of her when they first started talking. He was excited
Okay.
about it. So I already knew who she was. Now all I had was one picture of her. Like her Instagram was private, like cause she's a big deal. So I couldn't do no Instagram research. I had only just one picture, and it was a good picture, but your picture didn't do no justice. And the reason why
I looked totally different because I had different hair in that picture and everything.
Yeah.
I had short colored hair. When he met me, I had long, dark, straight, bone straight hair.
Yeah, so her picture ain't do her like no justice. So as I see like John's chick, I look behind John's chick and I see like her, and I was like, whoa, like my whole demeanor changed, and she can speak to like my whole mood. Like I was locked in, and that was the first time in my life like that I ever was just like whoa, like I'm locked in. I locked in to the point to where we met and hey, how you doing? Did I give you a hug or a handshake?
You were going to the restroom and you ran into me and Devonna. We were coming from the restroom, right. And you kind of like stopped, and then I was just like, oh shit, they here already? And I didn't know that y'all were like right there. So we gave each other a hug, but he went to the restroom.
Now
that's our first time ever meeting.
Like now I'm kind of like nervous because I was going in confident based on the picture, which was cool, but now I'm like, dang, like this is like a whole nother thing. So we go and sat up outside, and the whole night I am locked in, like pupils to pupil, like because really I'm so intrigued.
And it was just so like, stop freaking staring at me. I'm just like, oh my god. He complimented everything. Oh, your hair, your lashes, your makeup, your nails. I'm just like, oh my, I can't never be off with this dude because he noticed too much.
And I was impressed. It was just like, dang, she got this, she got that, she got this, she got that. Like I was locked in, and a lot of people downplay like the actual strength of being attracted to somebody. I was so attracted to her to like I saw everything.
He
like,
really did.
I saw the words coming out this motherfucker mouth.
He was like so low. I was just like, I'm hitting my best friend like, look at this nigga.
I was locked in. Like,
what is wrong with him? You already know when y'all went to the restroom. I was just like, this is weird. Because he is so like infatuated. Aro really acted like so infatuated with me. And I was just like,
I feel like you were made for me. You know what I mean? So when I first met you, I was just like, dang. It's been 30 years, and now I finally done ran into like what I
and
feel
I'm
like
younger than him, so I really didn't think like of nothing. Like I just thought that this is just gonna be like a little thing.
Yeah.
So I'm already in my first impression was, oh, he looks really good. Like, oh, he my type, but my type never works out. There's always something.
I was infatuated. Like I was like and that's how it's supposed to be. So we sitting there, we talking, we having probably the best conversation I done had ever in my life. At least
I
that's
don't even
what
remember what we were talking about.
It didn't matter. I was just locked in.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, you could have been talking about whatever. I was just like,
we were drinking. We both like both the couples. We had bought like the little fishbowl drinks, and we both drinking out the drink, smoking hookah.
We sharing. What we sharing?
Yeah, because it was like the big fishbowl, like with the long straws.
Oh yeah. So we sharing the drink, and like it was just a good night. Like we were having a good night, good conversation, good laughs. But when I really started like fucking with you afterward, like after the club. So after we left there. It's late, like it's super late, and like
we weren't ready to leave each other.
Yeah, I didn't want the night to be over, so we ended up talking about it. And we were just like, let's go to After Hours Club.
Now keep in mind, on the north side,
After Hours Club, the hood.
That's the hood. After Hours Club.
That's the hood club. But anyway, we go to the After Hours and we end up and we having a good time. And what made me really like just be like, damn, like she the one is, yeah, she's an intelligent girl. I got that from when we were talking at Prospect Park. I got all of that, her education, all that type of stuff, and just understand like this intelligent woman that I'm dealing with. But it was a bonus when we got to the After Hours, because it was like not only is she smart, she pretty, she hood too. I was like, we can do hood shit together. So
I'm not afraid to do hood shit.
She wasn't tripping on doing like the hood
I'm
stuff.
not that chick that feel like I'm too good for that type of stuff.
Yeah, and me being who I am, I mean, I'm both. I'm educated, but I'm also from the hood. I don't stray away from that. So to find a woman that's on the same page in the same book, the same paragraph, same sentence, and we're in the same word, that's rare. So I was just like, dang, I'm looking at her. I'm drunk now. I'm drunk, and I'm drinking the After Hours liquor, which is probably Taka vodka.
Pretty sure it was Taka.
I'm looking at baby, she dancing. I'm like, I'm gonna marry her.
What?
I'm gonna marry this one. This is the one I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna marry this one, and we had a real good time. So,
but that is definitely how we met.
And after that, it was history. After that, we started.
He literally was very, very, very consistent, persistent, everything. He was.
Pursue your woman every day.
He didn't. That's exactly what he does. He really does. So between every client, whenever I got a break at work or whatever, we talked on the phone literally all day.
Yeah,
every day.
Every day.
Even to this day, I have never ever not talked to him one day ever.
We kicked it from the time we met at Prospect Park to now. We just literally just kicked it. One thing that I noticed right off from day one, we communicate on another level. We communicate, and that don't mean that a lot of people be like, oh, y'all communicate, y'all perfect. Nah. That don't mean we don't have disagreements. That don't mean we don't have arguments. Full out blowout arguments. We would have we are two individuals, So before we became official, we waited a year to the day. We waited a year to the day of when we met at Prospect Park. We waited a full year. In that year's time, nothing wavered. We started here and it gradually just kept building. It wasn't because she wasn't sought after, and it wasn't because I wasn't sought after. Because we are, so for us to make it a full year and progress through the way you're supposed to progress when you really genuinely like somebody and you fall in love, that meant the world to me because it's real.
But she chose me and
I chose her. There's some bad, it's Houston, Texas. There's some bad ones out.
It's some what?
Some what?
What you talking about? Some bad what?
Nothing. We talking about.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
But I choose baby. You know what I mean? I don't make no blur in the line. So it made it real for me. And after a year, I was just like, you know, I'm ready to take that next step. But we were super patient about taking that next step. Going into a relationship is I'm a relationship, then I'm engaged, then I'm married, and then this forever. So you gotta put thought into these type of things. You know what I mean? Because this is my best friend. You know, this is who I deal with on the daily. I choose her over, you know what I'm saying, everything. Cause that's why we here today. Like that's why all of this stuff came together. That's why we doing YouTube. Like we want everybody to see what it's supposed to look like. I encourage everybody to, you know, look for it until you find it, because it's happiness. Know what I'm getting tonight.
So yes, that's the story about how we met. Our little cute little love story.
That's our love story. That's our little semi kind of. Do we got a hood love story?
Little hood.
It's a little hood. It's a little hood. It's cool though. It's cool. So.
But if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you have any ideas on any other videos you guys would like us to record, go ahead and leave them below as well. Until next time.